Hey, it's Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. And today we have another one like we always do. We have a companion podcast for a wine we put on the cheapwinefinder.com website. And what we try to do there is we try to find out wines that are nationally distributed. Because it's kind of funny because you might not know it, but some wines might be in one market and not another market. And, we write about it thinking, oh, this will help people. And it's only in two cities. You just don't know. And so they tend to be Trader Joe's, Aldi's. We've been doing some Costco and some other things too. But try to make it so the most people out there can find them. And, it does some good for some people. And, when I buy these inexpensive wines, sometimes I think I'm going to write about one thing and something else comes up. It's something weird. $6.99 used to be, oh no, I'll drink it just, so someone else doesn't have to. But nowadays they're interesting, they're fun, and they're kind of mysterious. And what we have today is from Aldi. It's a $6.99 wine. It's called Inverted Central Coast Red Blend 2017. And 2017's good. That's a good bit of bottle age on a $6-7 wine. You normally don't expect wines that are sub $10, especially red wines that are sub $10 and substantially sub $10 to have barrel aging. Oak barrels, for brand new French oak barrels can cost $1,000 a piece, and they don't hold that much wine. And you can get reconditioned American oak barrels for $300 or $400. But still, you need a ton of barrels. You need a lot of barrels, and it's when you're selling the wine very, very cheap, adding thousands of dollars worth of oak just for the aging process isn't always easy. So I was expecting this to be a bright and simple little red wine. I was kind of going to do how $7 to $8 wines are the American version of the wines people in Europe who drink wine every day drink. It's just these simple, bright, fresh, local wines that are under $10. They almost never, ever spend more than $10 for a wine they drink on a daily basis in places like France, Italy, Spain. They cook their meals. These are the wines. They're just $5, $6, $7. And they're happy as could be. They're not like suffering because they're drinking these wines. In America, you kind of think that, I can't drink that. It's too cheap. I have to drink and it's like, it's fine to drink the expensive stuff, but try the other stuff first. Before you go there, try what you like in the inexpensive stuff and actually know what you're talking about a little bit by the time you go upscale. And this is a wine that I went on the internet to find out something about it. And again, for the second wine in a row, I got blocked because of a malicious site. And that's happened over the years where wine companies that have shut down, one thing they didn't do is, go to their internet hosting company or their website host and shut the thing down too. They just kind of go around unmanned and, people figure it out and try to put malicious things on it. So I got second day in a row, there was information about somebody who made inverted wine in 2014, but it got blocked. I couldn't get to it. And I think that the name is being reused here. And I think it's a pretty big time Central Coast Monterey wine company who made this wine. I'm fairly certain. I'm not going to name it because there's hints, but I don't know for sure. And they've made wines for both Aldi's and Trader Joe's out of Central Coast before that were actually pretty good. And that brings us to the Inverted Central Coast Red Blend 2017. It's got some bottle age, so it's a good thing. Normally inexpensive wines are made to come together quickly. This is 2020. This is a wine that's only got released recently, so it's good 3 years. It's been sitting around waiting to go. A lot of times, not always, sometimes it has tannins and things and the flavors will have to blend together. And it takes time, if the wine's going to get ready when it's ready, but usually the winemaker can influence it so where it's not going to take forever. And this one, the only tasting notes it had in the back was about cherry flavors, blueberry flavors, and no blueberry fairies, blueberry flavors, and mocha and spice. Mocha is a very particular oak flavor. It's how you toast an oak barrel. You know, they put a flame to it. They don't char it like in whiskey. They just put a little bit of flame to it, and what kind of toast you put in it and what kind of oak it is will decide what the flavors are. And in looking that up, because I was looking that up to see if I could find some more on there, and there's also a flavor called mocha. That's this big jug. It's like a gallon or two jug that you pour into the wine, and it's got, I guess it has tannins in it, and it gives you the flavor of French oak and chocolate mocha. So I don't know if that was used or not, but there's a thing out there. So if you have a wine that tastes, and this one didn't taste all that much like mocha, but if you have a wine that tastes a lot like mocha and didn't cost much money, well, there's probably a jug of something they tossed in there. That's just, not if you like it, what the heck. But I'm going to take a sip here while I'm going off on mochas. And my point for talking about all that is, if they didn't use oak barrels in this one, in the what's the name of it? Inverted Central Coast Red Blend, they kind of fooled me. I mean, not that it's impossible to fool me or anything, but I kind of got the feeling that the spice in there and that the chocolate I get in there feels realistic. I'm not getting that fake thing on it. And the back label also said it had estate grapes. And I'm thinking estate from what estate? There's no inverted estate. You went on the internet and nothing there, though the big winery that might have made it has a lot of estate vineyards. And if they'd actually made it, which is one of the clues. So this might be an estate wine. Estates tend to have a ton of barrels. And if you can use barrels that are used once or twice already, because you're only, putting it in there maybe for 6 months. Like when they say barrels are only used like 4 times before they're neutral barrels, that's for wine that's been aged 1.5 years, 2 years in oak. When you're aging them 6 months, 8 months, you get more life out of them. So this one actually tastes a little bit more expensive. This one tastes like a wine that's been in oak barrel. It kind of tastes like there's Zinfandel, Syrah, Petit Syrah. I'm not sure what all the grapes are. It's a blend of something, but it's got that in there. It's got like heavy flavors up front, and it kind of lightens up as it goes along, which I thought, is that why it's inverted? Or is that just a brand name? And maybe I'm just, projecting onto things. I don't know. But it didn't taste like a compromise $7 wine that, they just, they had some leftover grapes, so decided to see what they can make out of it, and there you go. This one seems to have more thought about it. And I'm going to take another sip because I just want to double check my oak flavoring tasting abilities. Yeah, it's kind of got a rounded mouthfeel. There's tannins there. I mean, the tannins aren't been pulled out. I don't know. It's a very reputable red blend. I mean, it just happens to cost $6.99. It's rounded. It's got some different flavors. It's tart. It's got spice. It's got there's a little creamy thing on the mid palate. It's kind of a nice little red blend. It doesn't cost any money. I don't go on its website. It's malicious, and you don't know what's going to happen. We don't like malice around here. And there you go. So I was expecting to go off about how this was America's version of the inexpensive wines of Europe, and this is something else. And that's fine. I'll do it again the next time. I'm always surprised at wine, and anytime I can be happily surprised on a wine I spent $7 for, that's a plus if you ask me. So that's it for me, Dave from cheapwinefinder.com. We'll have some more wines coming up. We always do. We always have fun drinking wines, exploring wines, and talking about wines. Even if it is a one-sided conversation, I probably wouldn't listen anyway. I got no attention span. So adios. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Keep it cheap.